nationally. And so the targets are always vacant properties, elderly land homeowners, and property without mortgages. It's always property that does not have any mortgages is prime property because it has no cloud over the title. And if they're elderly or if they're recently deceased, this is what most of these fraudsters do. They'll get a local newspaper, look in the newspaper and see that a will is being probated for person X. They'll read that, then they'll get online, say in that case to our office, look up the deed, look how it's crafted, recreate it, and if they're really good at what they do, recreate that signature and transfer the property to themselves. There was one gentleman who had about 27 driver's licenses in another state. So he was able to get all of these loans. And once he get the loan and get the money, he move on to the next and leave the original landowner to clean it up. So we have to be very careful of that. And you can read the numbers here for yourself. Now, in Macon County, we offer something called REACT, and it's designed to alert, as I said, at no cost to individual property owners and businesses in Macon County. Other counties have it, but it's not required by law. You can enroll at no cost. And I have this graphic, have this panel up here that talks about the mobile app. So if you sign up for the mobile app, which is really the hook I'm trying to get you to do, in that is the REACT software where you can enroll. But by enrolling in the mobile app, there's some other features. All the election records are online. You can click here and order a driver's license on this app. You can click here and order a tag in Macon County using this app. You can click there and find out where you go to vote on this app in Macon County. So it has a lot more features than just the REACT software. REACT stands for Real Estate Activity Contact Tool. So it monitors any changes that happen in the system. And overnight, if it finds a match, it will automatically send that person who enrolled in REACT an email saying a change has been made to your property. Did you make it? If you know you made it, then that's fine. If you didn't make it, then it's the time to come into the Macon County Probate Office to find out what's going on. Often these property thefts, real property thefts, occur, and it's usually months later before one finds out what has happened. So all those things, you got to think like the criminal in some cases. Those of you who have passwords, some of us have passwords, and it's very simple, but we use the same password for everything. I do not recommend that. I use an old piece of software called RoboForm. It's a very old piece of software where all my passwords are kept. I change the password to RoboForm about every 6 months. I used to handle IT security on campus, so maybe that's why I'm a little more on the extreme. When I was on campus, it's one of my duties. On Tuskegee's campus, for those of you that serve here, you know you do a number of things. It's just not one thing. So you do, as they said, all other duties as assigned. That was one of my duties, but I enjoyed it. So use passwords. I use a different password for every login. That sounds crazy. I create very long, complex passwords. I'm telling you this because you want to make sure that you do this. I don't use these newer services like Bitwarden and 1Password. I use RoboForm, which has been around for the last 15 years or so. But most data breaches occur with weak passwords. And I'm telling you this because if you have your online banking and things that come into your email system or other critical data, once someone gets inside of your email system, then they have access to change your password, or they can actually just, because they already know the old one. So be mindful of that as well. Monitor your credit reports. How many people monitor their credit reports on a regular basis? Okay, thank you. And they have free credit services like annualcreditreport.com. That's very important. It's free. You can get access to that once a year. All of my credit bureaus that my information is on, all of my accounts are frozen, which means someone can't hit it to do a credit check for something, because that also affects your credit score. So all of mine are frozen, and if I'm trying to get a loan, I have to go and unlock them for that moment, and unlock them back. But credit monitoring can detect, nearly 95% of account fraud. Social security cards, not in your wallet. You know, shred documents, of course. And be careful when you answer the phone, somebody starts asking you a whole lot of questions. SSN theft accounts for 87% of identity theft cases in this country. This is the basis for where we're going to get to on this REACT software. My mail, uh, people go in your mailbox and take things. Although you may say, I have a camera, the camera is just going to show you what happened, but it may not necessarily tell you who did it. The camera does not prevent anything. It's just kind of like a documentation of actually what happened. It's kind of like security cameras at home and someone's breaking in. Yeah, you have a photograph or a video of who did it, but it will not stop the person. Because more than likely than not, they're going to take a little laser, if they're really good at what they do, and point it at the camera and blind the camera. A very high beam flashlight and blind the camera from a distance, and then do what they're going to do. So all you see is a very bright light. So people who are in this trade of fraud and theft, they're good at what they do because they're very smart. So I don't have critical mail coming to my home. I have to go into a P.O. box. Same P.O. box I had since college. So fortunately for me, I've been here for a while. I shred documents. I go for paperless billing where I can. I don't let mail pile up in my mailbox, or I have someone of my neighbors to pick it up for me because that's a sign. I have a little roller thing when I get this junk mail. I roll over it with a little black ink to mask out all the personal information on it, and I throw the whole package in the mail. At that point, once I go through and erase all of my names, but this black ink thing, everybody knows what I'm talking about, this little roller thing, you roll over your address. You get them on Amazon. When I went to an AARP session, they had them, they were giving them away. And it's just a lot of black ink, and it's like shoe polish, and you just wipe it over it. It's on a roller, and it darkens your personal information. Social media is the other place we have to be careful of. For those of you who use social media and who like to post things, I post a lot of things on social media myself. But lately I'm in this series of posting my elders. These are people who've gone on to the other side. So I'm posting a lot of family history, but it's not a whole lot you can do with their information at this point. Most of them, some of them have been deceased for over 20 years, but my family, younger family, haven't seen them. So I have a little bit of a history because I'm the family historian. So be careful on what you post on social media. Like I saw a friend of mine posted here that he was at this conference. He was proud of it, but it also told everybody else watching his page that he wasn't home. If I post something, it's going to be well after the fact that I'm back home. I don't post it in real time. Case in point, we went to Washington, D.C. one year. It was probably a year later before we posted in the photograph. And my children and my brothers and sisters know, don't post anything of me current. I may let them know, but don't post it. I go crazy when they do that. I'm going to skip this. You have passwords on your phones, I presume. You have antivirus on your phones, I presume. If you don't get it, when I travel in the hotel, I turn my Wi-Fi off. Even though I'm not connected to the hotel Wi-Fi on my phone, I turn it off. Remember, I used to work in IT. So there are ways you can hack that phone and get inside that phone even though you're not connected to the network. I turn my Wi-Fi off, and lately I've been turning off my Bluetooth. Because if I'm at a conference training, nothing I'm doing is that critical that I got to be connected to Wi-Fi. I use the Verizon network to do what I have to do. I turn it off and I have to remember to turn it back on when I get back home. I don't use McDonald's Wi-Fi or any of those free services like that. I stay away from it. We've already talked about monitoring your financial accounts. Shopping online. I shop online. I have one card that I move money to shop. If I need $37.58, I move $37.58 to this one debit card account, and I make the purchase, and maybe I'll leave $5 in there so they don't close it. But other than that, I don't leave a whole lot of money. But the best advice is to shop online with a credit card because you have more protection to get your monies back if some fraud occurs. You can stop me along the way if you like, ask questions, or you can write them down. I don't